Hello guys, here I'm again, wide and awake to give you another video that's going to contribute in liberating you from this freaking capitalist slavery. I mean, capitalism, or like capitalist slavery is actually what characterizes our greedy society these days. It really sucks to think about it, and it even sucks more to feel stuck, and kind of like enslaved to it. I mean, a lot of the times, we think that financial freedom is kind of like a sexy notion or like, heaven on earth, I would say. But the issue, though, is, that it takes a lot of time, dedication, and again, I'm going to say this with huge bold letters, consistency. So if you're not consistent, then whatever you're doing becomes a hobby. And we all know that hobbyists, even those with like, the most incredible, extraordinary, talents out there, they can't really make money. And you might be thinking, okay, well, why they can't really make money? I mean, it's simple. Like when you're a hobby or a hobbyist, sorry, you would more likely lack pragmatism and like strategy. So these two things are the essence of every successful business or idea out there. So I hope this brief introduction, gives you some insights about turning your hobby, if you have one, into a business or a profession that's going to actually make you money. Now let us move back, to the goal of this whole video to begin with. I've been doing a lot of research about, passive income in the last few weeks, and man, I mean, I can tell you this: there are a lot of misconceptions and like misunderstandings about the actual concept, and this is actually this is the exact reason that I decided to make this video, and it's primarily because a lot of people like see passive income differently than what it actually is, and I'm just trying to rework that somehow. If you just like scan like most content like on the internet, you would find that passive income for the most part is defined as money you can earn, easily earn with very little or like no efforts at all. And that right there, that's actually bullshit. I mean, that right there is crap. I mean, seriously, just kind of like think about it. If you really think just by owning assets you can easily and passively make money without getting your ass to work, I mean, I'm sorry right there, but that just does not make any sense. If you truly believe in passive income as such, and you're not actually willing to change, this opinion, and in fact, I would even say like the mechanisms of your thinking, then there is a high chance that you're going to struggle just like a fish trying to swim upstream. And I don't want you to be that person at all. Let me actually tell you this in a different way. There is nothing such as passive income. You gotta get it out of your brain. Passive energy is useless. I mean, passivity is against production. If you're passive, you'll actually eventually die. And that's just how it works. So passive income gotta be redefined and revised in so many different forms. I mean, just think about it. Have you ever like heard any truly successful person talking about how they earn their money passively? For the most part, they don't even mention the notion of passive income. You might be wondering why. Well, simply because they know better, because they've been riding the boat of success for a long time, and they just really know how it actually works. So passive income, I mean, is not actually free money. I mean, it has never been that way. It's not free money that you would easily get by just acquiring some assets. It just really doesn't work that way. I mean, even by owning a lot of assets, rather it's like really say or like a digital product that you sell online, you would still have to work your ass off to maintain it and keep that cash flow flowing. Otherwise, you're gonna lose. So please, I mean, just save yourself some time and try to set very realistic expectations about your future if you're consistent about its, prosperity. All right, guys. I mean, again, like based on a lot of research and reading the last few weeks about this topic, I'm going actually to provide you with 6 business ideas that could easily provide you with what? With passive income. But please, though, like I mean, when I say passive income, I mean in its revised form. So these are going to be very broad, categories. So if you have interest, I would really like expect you, to follow this video with a lot of research about what really interests you as far as these categories are actually concerned. So, I'm actually going to split these categories, or these like 6 ideas into 2 categories. The first category is meant for people with very, very little to no savings at all. And the second one is more, for people that have worked so hard and, are trying to invest their savings properly without actually, like losing that money. So the first idea is, like sell a digital product or a service. This is a very broad category that could involve anything from, like selling a course online, through selling a massage service, to online customers. I mean, I can tell you there are a lot of people that underestimate their powers and what they could actually do these days online with literally $0 in their pocket. If you have a talent or like let's say a hobby, I mean, for God's sake, just go be creative, create an online course or like a digital book, an online service or anything like that, and just try to sell that to people because guess what? It is gonna sell. Well, I mean, if you don't have any talents, then you can even learn any service and just try to sell that service, you know, either through advertising or, like maybe even like reaching out to people through social groups, and pages and just try to advertise for that service. You would be like so surprised where this could actually take you if you do it right and you're consistent about it. There are like a lot of people that have turned their hobbies, very simple hobbies or things that they like to do, into multi-million-dollar businesses. But remember though, a talent with no pragmatism and strategy is just a hobby. And I don't want you to be that person at all. Well, the second thing would be like, flip as in drop shipping. So, I mean, flipping things is a very, very traditional method that people have used like even before the inception of the internet. It is actually an easy way to make money because you can do it again with $0 in your pockets. So, I mean, this might be like, confusing to you, but let me explain to you how it actually works. We all know there are, like a lot of selling platforms out there where you can easily like, create like a free account and just start selling online, on these platforms. And let me tell you this, if you're able to do that, then the rest becomes really easy. I mean, all you gotta do is, just go to a physical store, find products that are actually rare to find online, take pictures of those products, and just try to post them on any of these selling platforms. I mean, let's just say like on eBay, for example, and just try to sell them for like a higher price than the physical or than the one in the physical store. And you're gonna be so surprised actually. You don't even have to buy the product from the physical store unless somebody buys it from you online. Then all you gotta do is just go ahead and buy the products from that physical store and then just try to ship it to the the online customer's address. And that's gonna actually surprise you. Because I mean, this strategy is proven to work and generates money without having any capital. And I've done that actually, and it really works. So again, I mean, just try to get your ass to work with no excuses. The third one is, brand yourself. I mean, for God's sake, this is actually the age of self-branding. I mean, just look around. A lot of people are using social media for shit and gossip. Don't be like that. I mean, like the good thing is like, on the other side of the ocean, there are a lot of people that actually earn so much money out of Facebook, you name it. I mean, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, And they're not wasting their time because they really know that every social media user is a potential, or is actually a potential customer that they can turn into dollars. So they just self-brand themselves, based on a certain niche, and that could literally be like anything, which really makes it easier for them to partner up with other brands that are related to their niche, and they just sell their products on their Instagram page, for example. In return, they either get a commission based on the number of sales their page actually generates, or they get, like, let's say, a flat rate for posting any products on that page that they own. Again, you don't really have to like have an incredible talent, or to brand yourself. If you don't know how to cook, how to dance, I'm dead sure and certain you know how to do something in your life, and you can use that to brand yourself. And you know what? If you don't know anything, then literally, I don't even know what to tell you. So guys, the other three business ideas, are meant for people that have money saved in their savings, but they're literally like, they're kind of like lost because they're kind of like afraid to lose it. But I'm just gonna be, honest with you. Let me tell you something first. If you want to dedicate yourself to financial freedom journey, make money, be rich, and passive income, then you better make your ass ready to take some risks, because nothing comes at an easy cost. And I literally say that with bold letters. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is real estate. Getting into real estate is probably most people's dream, because it just sounds sexy, it sounds hot, it sounds yummy, and more than that. But let me be honest with you. Real estate is very hard and extremely tough area to get into. If you don't really trust me, just go and look for research that actually shows how many people actually successfully, flip a house in real estate and, make money out of it. So, like, the numbers might be very surprising. Does that really mean real estate is not worth it? Oh, I would never say that. I wouldn't say that, because real estate is a very rewarding area, especially when it comes, to return on investment. So, but it does require a lot of capital upfront, and, it does actually require, the right skills to spot, like a booming market, for example, or like a market that would actually boom in the near future. Otherwise, your investment is actually useless. So real estate, investment could be very rewarding and might make you like a millionaire in a blink of an eye, as long as you know what you're actually doing in terms of, like investments, in terms of, the right skills to acquire and everything. Just try to give yourself, some time, and, try to learn from the right people or the right sources, as this would probably be the most effective way to do real estate nowadays. The second thing is, just, it's very classic. It's just like open a business. Again, it might really seem like a basic idea, but actually, if you have, a good amount of money saved and you're not sure how to invest it, then I'm gonna tell you that, opening a business could be very rewarding, as long as you're, again, like, doing it right. You gotta do it right to make it successful. And, like, a lot of people, like, sometimes they just like overthink when it becomes, comes to what type of product or like service their business should actually sell. And this is right there, or this actually is a big mistake that a lot of people make without even like realizing. It's simple. Like, when you ask them about their business thought process or like their business thoughts, the first thing that they mention is they need something with less competition, something that gotta be rare and unique. This is so fucking wrong. And if you think just a little, like, logically, less competition means less sales. And you don't really want to get into a business that's not going to make you a lot of sales. Because guess what? It's gonna fucking fail. When you think about a business, try to think about something that is proven to work. And instead, be creative in ways that would make you actually smash your competition, instead. Because that's literally like, the only way you're gonna make money if it's already making money to other people. The third thing is, private equity funds. This is probably the most attractive idea when it comes to generating passive income. I mean, at least to me, and I strongly believe in it, honestly. I mean, it does require, like a good amount of savings, just like opening a business or like, getting into like real estate. But the beauty of it, is it can be extremely rewarding if you have the skill set to do it right, actually. I would define, private equity funds as, any like pooled, fund that invests, like in a large scale project, whether that's like a large, real estate investment project or like, a startup company or like, some other investing venture, because, it could be anything, that requires, investments. My favorite one though is investing in companies or like startup companies, because, they're easier to read and analyze when it comes, to return on investment. I mean, you gotta also like, think that startup companies might have like an extremely bright future if you can actually foresee their performance or like, the performance of their like, of whatever service or product they offer in their, in the future. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna again zip my mouth as I don't really want to make this video extremely long. Again, I do really spend a lot of time, like providing you with like, this information and, trying to help you out in your, financial journey, by giving you a lot of insights about different things. So, I mean, all I ask in return is, just try to like, subscribe and just share. I mean, this is going to make me give more and, get closer to you guys. And again, I'm gonna stop right here, zip my mouth, and I'll see you guys in next video. Ciao. Oh, wait, I actually forgot to tell you guys. Get up and get your ass to work. See you in the next video.